For those of you who don't know why we're walking up the stairs, it's because Justin White's room is up here.
I love the ant eating.
Portland, Oregon. Yeah, what can I say? When I was coming up here to PSU, gotta admit, coming from Oahu, I didn't know really what I was getting into. My last night, I couldn't really sleep. You know, I got up at like 3 or 4 and went to the beach, and I thought, what am I getting myself into? You know, a lot of friends went to different places, but I'm happy I came to Portland. You know, it's times like these I realized that taking chances are worth it, and get out there. Came here knowing 2 cousins, and now 5 years later, I made so many friends and met so many people, saw so many things. I'm really happy, you know, to have come to the Pacific Northwest, Mount Hood, snowboarding, just everything. I'm just soaking it all in. I also met people from around the world, literally, and you know, that makes me so rich, and I'm happy to connect dots around the world. Art is something I really developed in Portland. You know, I just fell in love with it because I felt so autonomous, 100%. You know, I could just do anything I wanted to. Anything I saw, I could just make. You know, if I had something to say, you know, art's a good way to do that. And I think that's why graffiti plays such a huge role in my art development. You know, it's something that just caught my attention and just caught my interest so much because it was everywhere and I could see it every day. And yeah, there's a thin line between, you know, art and vandalism, but whoever draws that line still has a bias. So, you know, I think there's a lot of positive things you can do with aerosol. You know, it's a tool like any other tool, and the thing that made me want to use it is just doing big scale things, you know, big letters and big text, visible across the street or across the river. And the more and more I would paint, the more and more I would learn from experience. But those with more experience than me that I learned from, you know, I can't thank enough. And it wasn't long before people started asking me, you know, can you paint my room, or, you know, what kind of show you got coming up next? And, you know, I saw that people were kind of interested, so, you know, me and my roommates, we decided to keep pursuing this and keep practicing at different places. And so I eventually channeled my graffiti energy into you know, canvas and other sorts of mediums, but I still like to do things big scale. You know, I see an empty wall, I think, you know, what can I put up here that people will see, people will like, and people will remember, and hopefully I can continue to do this around the world. I love my family, and of course my friends. I love my friends. You know, who would I be without them? You know, we can act silly around each other and goofy and just do spontaneous things, spur of the moment. You know, usually we record it somehow and then we can look back at it and laugh and have a good time. And a lot of the times we had, you know, the best ones are the ones that are unexpected or unplanned. And I think it's those ones that we remember and cherish a lot. It's what memories are made out of. Finally, graduation time. The 5-year plan is finally paying off, and it feels real good, you know, makes so many people proud, especially my family, being the first generation college graduate. High school friends I haven't seen in a while drive up from LA. A couple high school friends even drove down from Seattle. And of course, you know, everybody who was here in Portland at that time, we came together, had a couple cousins coming from the East Coast, so we were doing it East Coast, West Coast, Hawaii, Portland. You know, we all just got together for a good time.
Some people say you hate me. I don't believe it's you, things that you're going through. Some people say to pray for the one you want to live, the eyes that once were his. Some people say to pray for the way you want to live, the eyes you want to give.
Getting back to my roots. The best one on the heart, cause home is where the heart is.
Home is where the heart is.
Some people say you played me. I don't care if it's true.
Say, what Japanese do you know?
Moshi moshi.
Some people
Thank you,
say
Jessica,
you
dude.
played it. I'm not afraid.
Japanese?
あなたのチンポ小さいですね。
Let it go. Some people say you hate me.
飲み物が欲しい。
Some people
ありがとうございます。ね。
こんにちは。
どうもありがとう。Mr. Roboto. Have fun in Japan.
Video.